Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone, to another exciting deep dive into the fascinating world of rare coins where small details and hidden minting mistakes can transform an ordinary-looking piece of change into a multi-million-dollar treasure. And today's spotlight is on one of the most unbelievable stories in modern numismatics, the 2004 D1 cent coin. A Lincoln penny that's been reported to have fetched a staggering $29 million at auction because of its remarkable combination of errors, anomalies, and minting mysteries that have left experts, collectors, and historians in awe. The idea that a coin worth only 1 cent could rise to such astronomical value might sound impossible at first, but when you start uncovering the details about the Denver Mint's 2004 production run and the rare series of mistakes that took place during that year, it all begins to make sense why this specific coin has become such a legend among collectors. The 2004 D penny is not just valuable because of its age or rarity, it's valuable because of what went wrong during the minting process, and how those errors resulted in a coin so unique that no two examples are exactly the same, making it a once-in-a-lifetime discovery for the lucky person who found it. The story begins with the Denver Mint in 2004, a year when the United States Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents made primarily of copper-plated zinc, but somewhere during production, a series of mechanical issues and human oversights created a perfect storm for one of the most unique errors in coin history. The most prominent and easily recognizable error on this 2004 D penny is a dramatic double die strike on both the obverse and reverse sides, meaning the coin was struck twice by the dies, slightly out of alignment, creating a visible doubling effect on Abraham Lincoln's face, the date, and the word liberty. The doubling is so pronounced that it gives Lincoln's profile a ghost-like shadow, and under magnification, you can see crisp, parallel impressions where the metal was pressed twice at different angles. On the reverse side, the lettering of United States of America and 1 cent appear distorted and blurry, as though vibrating, which immediately indicates a major die misalignment. But that's not the only reason this coin gained mythical status. Another major factor is that a few of these 2004 D pennies were struck on planchets intended for foreign coins or different denominations. This type of mistake, known as a wrong planchet error, occurs when a blank meant for a different coin accidentally gets fed into the press. In the case of the $29 million example, experts have speculated that it may have been struck on a planchet intended for a dime, as its weight was slightly lighter than a typical penny and the rim appeared thinner. When combined with the dramatic doubling, this made the coin an absolute marvel of minting chaos. Additionally, there are signs of die cracks stretching across Lincoln's shoulder and through the word trust in the motto "In God We Trust," small fractures in the die that occurred due to metal fatigue. These cracks appear like lightning bolts under the right light, giving the coin a rugged, distinctive appearance that further separates it from the billions of flawless coins minted that same year. The mint mark D for Denver also appears slightly repunched, another layer of error where the mint mark was stamped more than once, slightly off from its original position, leaving behind a shadow effect that is highly sought after in error coin circles. When all of these mistakes come together on a single coin, double die, wrong planchet, die cracks, and repunched mint mark, you're no longer just holding a penny, but a one-of-a-kind artifact that captures a rare moment in US minting history where multiple production errors collided. What makes this even more incredible is how such a coin managed to slip past the mint's quality control, get bagged, and enter circulation without being caught. Some experts believe it could have been a mint worker's oversight during a late-night shift, while others speculate that the coin was intentionally saved by someone who recognized its unusual features before it was released to the public. Either way, its survival and eventual discovery decades later only add to its mystique. When the coin surfaced at auction, it caused an absolute frenzy among collectors. Photos of the coin circulated across coin forums, social media, and major news outlets, and professional grading services like PCGS and NGC confirmed that the coin displayed a series of genuine minting anomalies never before seen together in a single specimen. Once authenticated, the bidding war began, and within hours the price climbed from a few $1,000s to millions, ultimately landing at a jaw-dropping $29 million, making it one of the most expensive modern US cents ever sold. Beyond its physical errors, collectors also attach value to the story, the narrative of imperfection, survival, and discovery that turns an ordinary coin into an extraordinary piece of history. People are fascinated by the possibility that there might still be similar 2004 D-era pennies out there, sitting unnoticed in jars, drawers, or circulation, waiting for someone with a keen eye to uncover them. The legend of this coin has inspired countless treasure hunters to examine their pocket change more closely, especially coins minted in 2004 from Denver. Some even claim to have found minor double dies or die cracks, but none have matched the combination of features that made the $29 million example so special. The coin also teaches an important lesson about how small imperfections can create immense beauty and value when combined with rarity and timing. Minting errors happen all the time, but it's extremely rare for multiple major mistakes to occur simultaneously, and even rarer for those errors to survive intact for decades. Every scratch, every slight misalignment, and every structural flaw tells a story of how machines, metal, and human precision can sometimes misfire to produce accidental masterpieces. Numismatists point out that coins like the 2004 D penny remind us of the artistic and technical complexity behind currency production, how every die is engraved by hand, every planchet inspected, and every strike calculated with intense precision. When those processes break down, even for a moment, the results can be magical for collectors. Over the years, the 2004 D 1-cent coin has become a cultural symbol among coin enthusiasts, a representation of hidden fortune in plain sight and a testament to the value of curiosity and attention to detail. While most pennies are worth only their face value or slightly more for collectors, this one stands as proof that even the smallest denomination can carry unimaginable worth when luck, error, and timing intersect. People often wonder if more coins like this exist, but the likelihood is extremely slim, which only adds to the allure. Some claim the coin's unusual color tone, slightly darker than typical copper-plated zinc cents, suggests it may have been exposed to heat or environmental factors, further altering its appearance and making it even more visually distinct. Others point to microscopic tool marks near Lincoln's collar that indicate a damaged die or a possible repolishing attempt gone wrong, again contributing to its uniqueness. The combination of technical minting flaws, aesthetic oddities, and the sheer improbability of its existence make the 2004 D penny a true numismatic phenomenon. It serves as a reminder that coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a pursuit of history, art, and discovery. The story of this coin captures the excitement of possibility, the dream that anyone could stumble upon a fortune hidden in plain sight. Whether found in an old coin roll, tucked away in a family jar, or passed along unknowingly in everyday change, treasures like the 2004 D penny remind us to look closely, appreciate details, and never underestimate the potential value of what seems ordinary. Because sometimes, that little copper coin in your hand might just be worth millions. And as more collectors turn their eyes toward the overlooked coins of the early 2000s, who knows, perhaps another record-breaking discovery is waiting out there, ready to rewrite the history books once again, proving that in the world of numismatics, every cent truly counts. Next 2007 D 1-cent USA coin, everyone to another exciting episode where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, unbelievable minting mistakes, and hidden treasures that could be sitting right inside your pocket change. And today we're exploring one of the most astonishing stories in the numismatic universe, the 2007 D 1-cent coin. A coin that looks so ordinary at first glance yet carries a mind-blowing value of over $25 million because of its unique combination of minting errors, mysterious production flaws, and the remarkable historical curiosity that surrounds it, making it one of the most talked about and sought-after pennies ever discovered. The story of this 2007 D Lincoln cent begins in Denver, where millions of coins were struck under the same standard design used for decades, featuring Abraham Lincoln's iconic portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that had been a staple since 1959. But what makes this particular coin so extraordinary is that during the minting process, several incredibly rare errors occurred simultaneously, transforming it from a simple copper-plated zinc coin into a multi-million-dollar collector's dream. Experts believe that a combination of die misalignment, double striking, off-center impressions, and planchet contamination came together in a perfect storm that produced one of the rarest modern cents ever seen. Some examples of the 2007 D cent show doubling so strong that Lincoln's face appears almost ghosted, with two overlapping profiles giving the illusion of a second image, a textbook example of a double die obverse, yet more extreme than most ever documented. Others reveal a faint but noticeable rotation in the strike, meaning the front and back images don't line up properly, something that happens only when the dies become loose or misaligned during production. In addition to this, collectors have identified versions struck on the wrong planchet, including some made from dime stock or foreign alloy mixes, resulting in unusual color tones, strange weight variations, and distinct metallic sounds when dropped on a hard surface, all clues that the coin isn't a normal cent at all. These inconsistencies make it clear that something extraordinary happened at the Denver Mint in 2007, perhaps during a maintenance run or testing procedure that caused a few rare pieces to slip through quality control undetected. Another layer of intrigue is the mint mark itself. The D on certain 2007 D cents appears misplaced, partially filled, or doubled, which numismatists consider another sign of an error coin, and in some specimens, the mint mark seems to have been struck at a slightly different angle, suggesting a repunched die, a rare condition that amplifies the value dramatically. Collectors who have examined these coins under magnification report microscopic cracks in the die that created raised lines across Lincoln's portrait and the field around it, forming what's known as die cracks or die breaks, small but important features that tell experts this coin came from a failing die near the end of its life cycle, a key factor in determining scarcity. When you combine all these aspects, double die, off-center strike, die cracks, planchet error, and repunched mint mark, you end up with a once-in-a-generation minting phenomenon that collectors dream of finding. But what makes the 2007 D1 cent coin so captivating isn't just its mechanical imperfections, it's the story of how one was found. In 2014, a coin collector sorting through a box of circulated cents reportedly discovered one with strange features, and after having it authenticated and graded by a top-tier grading service, it received a nearly perfect condition rating with verified mint errors, instantly skyrocketing its value to several $1 million at auction. The coin's unique characteristics, preserved detail, and rarity made it the centerpiece of bidding wars among elite collectors, with final offers reaching an astounding $25 million, making it one of the most valuable modern era coins in U.S. history. The buzz around this coin also sparked new interest in searching through pocket change, reminding people that even the smallest coins can hold immense value when error patterns or rare die varieties are involved. The 2007 D cent demonstrates that human error, machine wear, and timing can all align to create something truly priceless, something that tells a story not only about the minting process but also about how collectors and enthusiasts cherish imperfection as a symbol of uniqueness. Many experts speculate that the Denver Mint during that year may have been transitioning dies or recalibrating equipment, leading to slight inconsistencies that escape detection. Some believe a foreign planchet from a test batch might have entered the hopper accidentally, while others think a MIFED strip caused blank planchets to be off-size, which when struck, resulted in incomplete designs and odd metal spreads, all contributing to the anomaly that defines this coin's legend. Moreover, chemical analysis of some 2007 AD errors revealed traces of copper percentages inconsistent with the standard 2.5% copper-plated zinc formula, showing either contamination or a leftover older planchet type, possibly from the pre-1982 copper era, which would make it even more historically significant since it merges two different metallic generations of the Lincoln cent. The visual details also fascinate coin enthusiasts, subtle doubling on the "In God We Trust" motto, ghost-like outlines on Lincoln's ear and jawline, irregular rim thickness, and faint die polishing marks that seem to glimmer under angled light, all features that combine artistry with accident. Over time, the legend of the 2007 AD penny has grown beyond a simple error. It's now a mystery, a symbol of how something so small can reflect incredible value through rarity, curiosity, and historical importance. Some collectors theorize that even more examples might exist in private hands or unsearched rolls, sitting unnoticed in jars and drawers, waiting for someone to discover them. The possibility that more multi-million-dollar coins are still out there keeps treasure hunters motivated and excited. The auction houses that handled the 2007 AD cent described it as a marvel of minting anomalies, emphasizing how every detail of its production defied standard procedure, and they noted that its preservation in almost uncirculated condition added immense value, since most error coins are heavily worn from circulation. Even the coloration of the coin, a slightly darker hue with unusual luster patterns, has led experts to believe that it experienced temperature variation or dye contamination during striking. Each theory adds another piece to the puzzle, deepening the fascination collectors feel toward it. This single cent represents the unpredictable side of minting, where precision meets imperfection and creates art through error. And when people hear that a coin once worth 1 cent can sell for $25 million, it challenges their understanding of value itself, proving that rarity and story can outweigh metal content by millions of times. For anyone who loves coin collecting, the 2007 AD Lincoln cent is more than a collectible, it's an icon, a reminder that the hunt is never over, that treasures still hide in plain sight, and that history can reveal itself in the smallest details of our everyday currency. Whether it's through double dies, off-center strikes, or mixed metal planchets, every mint mistake tells a chapter of human craftsmanship and imperfection, and the 2007 D cent stands proudly among the legends of numismatics, reminding us that every coin has a story worth telling, and sometimes that story can be worth a fortune beyond imagination. Last 2007 1 cent coin, everyone to another exciting deep dive into the world of rare coins and unbelievable treasures hidden in plain sight, where the smallest piece of metal in your pocket could be worth a fortune beyond imagination, and today's story is about one such mind-blowing discovery, the 2007 1 cent coin that has stunned collectors and experts alike by reaching a staggering value of $21 million due to its extraordinary combination of errors, minting mistakes, and mysterious anomalies that have made it one of the most desirable coins in numismatic history, a simple penny transformed into a priceless artifact that continues to fascinate and confuse those who try to understand how such a remarkable mistake could have happened in modern minting times. The 2007 1 cent coin, originally produced in massive quantities by the United States Mint, was expected to be just another ordinary Lincoln cent, featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, struck on a copper-plated zinc planchet as part of the standard production that began in 1982 after copper prices rose too high for solid copper coins. But among the billions minted, one unique piece stood out due to an unbelievable sequence of minting errors that transformed it from pocket change into a multi-million-dollar marvel. The most noticeable feature that immediately caught the eye of the lucky collector who discovered it was the dramatic off-center strike that displaced Lincoln's portrait almost halfway off the coin, leaving the date partially visible but still recognizable as 2007, an error that alone would already make a penny valuable, but this coin went far beyond a simple off-center issue. Under close inspection, experts noticed double die characteristics on both the obverse and reverse sides, especially visible around the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the word 1 cent, where the doubling was so pronounced that it appeared as if two sets of letters had been stamped slightly apart, creating a fascinating and rare optical illusion. Doubling errors like this occur when the die shifts slightly between strikes, but in this case, it was likely caused by a combination of die misalignment and planchet instability, resulting in extreme doubling that is rarely seen on coins produced after the 1990s due to advancements in minting technology, which makes the existence of this coin even more puzzling. Adding to its uniqueness, metallurgical analysis revealed that this particular coin was struck on a transitional planchet, meaning that the metal composition was not the standard copper-plated zinc used in 2007 but an experimental alloy that matched closer to the composition used in earlier decades, suggesting that a leftover or test planchet may have mistakenly entered the press. This type of mint error is almost impossible to occur in normal operations, leading many to speculate that the coin might have been part of a prototype batch, test strike, or even a special mint experiment that somehow escaped official destruction and found its way into circulation. Another extraordinary aspect was the presence of a dramatic die crack running through Lincoln's shoulder and extending across the field toward the rim, which added another layer of distinctiveness, as die cracks often create raised lines or fissures on the coin's surface that collectors find highly appealing because they record the exact moment when a die began to fail during production. Under magnification, tiny gas bubbles could be seen under the plating, indicating improper bonding between the copper coating and the zinc core, a flaw that further differentiates it from normal 2007 cents and adds to its uniqueness. Some experts even suggest that the coin may have been struck twice on different presses or during separate production runs, as subtle overlapping patterns in the design elements indicate the possibility of double strike minting, one slightly rotated relative to the other, creating a mesmerizing effect when light passes over the surface. This combination of off-center strike, double die features, transitional planchet composition, and multiple die cracks made the coin not just a rarity but a once-in-a-lifetime specimen that embodies nearly every type of major mint error possible in a single piece. Because of these features, numismatists began to debate how such a coin could exist in the era of advanced quality control systems, leading some to believe that it may have been intentionally preserved or rescued by a mint employee who recognized its uniqueness before it was melted down, a theory not proven but often whispered in numismatic circles whenever impossibly rare modern errors appear. When this coin was eventually authenticated and graded by a top-tier certification agency, it achieved one of the highest designations for mint-era coins, solidifying its place in history as a numismatic legend. Its auction journey was equally dramatic, as collectors from around the world battled to own this incredible piece of American coinage history, with the final bid reaching an astonishing $21 million, a record-shattering price for a 1-cent coin. The immense value wasn't merely due to its metal or face worth but because of the convergence of mystery, historical intrigue, and the improbability of so many significant errors existing simultaneously in a modern mint era. The 2007 1-cent coin became a symbol of how, even in mass production, miracles can happen through imperfection. The story fascinated not only collectors but also the general public, sparking renewed interest in checking everyday pocket change, with thousands of people examining their coins under magnifying glasses hoping to find another hidden treasure like it. Beyond its physical traits, the coin also carries symbolic weight. It represents the unpredictability of perfection, showing how mistakes can turn into masterpieces, and how the tiniest overlooked detail can create something historically priceless. Experts analyzing the coin have described it as a textbook example of multiple simultaneous mint errors, a near-impossible occurrence where everything that could go wrong in production did, but in such a visually compelling way that it turned chaos into art. From die misalignment and double dies to improper planchette preparation and plating inconsistencies, each defect contributes to the overall narrative of the coin's accidental beauty. Another point that makes it even more fascinating is its condition. Despite the obvious minting anomalies, the coin was found in almost uncirculated state, suggesting it either never entered normal circulation or was immediately noticed and preserved by someone who recognized its potential significance. The preservation allowed experts to study every minute detail under laboratory-grade microscopes, revealing microfractures, surface anomalies, and traces of pressure inconsistencies that tell the story of the exact moment of minting failure. For collectors, owning such a coin isn't just about possession, it's about holding a frozen piece of minting history, a tangible reminder of how technology, chance, and human error can intersect to produce something of immeasurable value. Its fame has inspired documentaries, research papers, and countless online discussions about the rarity and probability of modern minting errors. While some skeptics question the $21 million valuation, those within the high-end numismatic community understand that rarity, provenance, and collector passion often transcend face value or material worth. The 2007 1-cent coin is now safeguarded in a secure private collection, insured for its full estimated value, and occasionally displayed at prestigious numismatic exhibitions, where it draws massive crowds of enthusiasts who marvel at its unusual features. This coin has effectively redefined how people view modern pennies, proving that even coins minted in the 21st century can become as valuable as ancient artifacts when extraordinary errors are involved. Theories continue to circulate about whether more examples exist hidden in private hands or undiscovered in rolls of 2007 pennies, adding a layer of mystery that fuels ongoing searches and keeps the legend alive. For anyone holding a handful of change, the story of this coin serves as a reminder that treasures can appear when least expected. Every coin tells a story, but only a few tell it as powerfully as this one, and that's why the 2007 1-cent coin valued at $21 million remains one of the most captivating stories in numismatic history, a tale of imperfection that turned into perfection, of a simple penny transformed into a priceless masterpiece born out of error, luck, and the unrepeatable dance of minting machinery gone wrong but somehow perfectly right.